The Toronto Blue Jays are doing the same thing again and again and again and expecting different results. The Blue Jays front office entered this offseason with one thing in mind: to be competitive in 2025. Since turning their roster into a run prevention team 2 years ago, their win-loss total is 163 and 161, that is slightly above 500. And even though their win totals have plummeted, their strategy has not changed. Even though the Blue Jays won their second straight AL Team Gold Glove Award, it wasn't enough for this front office, and they felt like they needed to make their defense even better. This past week, the Toronto Blue Jays just made another big trade for a defensive first player by giving up a offensive first talent. Many Blue Jay fans are still split right now on whether or not this move helps or hinders the Blue Jays' chances of competing in 2025. But there's one thing for certain: this whole situation is quite literally insane. What's up, guys, and welcome back to Blue Jays Today. In this one, we're going to be breaking down the Andrés Giménez trade and whether or not it'll be a positive or negative impact on the Blue Jays in 2025. Before we get into it though, I encourage you guys to hit that like button and subscribe to Blue Jays Today if you enjoy Blue Jays news and content. First things first, let's take a look at the details of the trade. The Toronto Blue Jays acquire second baseman Andrés Giménez and right-handed pitcher Nick Sandlin. In return, Cleveland acquired first baseman Spencer Horwitz and outfielder Nick Mitchell. Now, 1-for-1, Sandlin for Mitchell is a solid move by the Blue Jays. They drafted Mitchell in the 4th round last year, and you flipped him immediately over for some bullpen help. That's very solid. But the big part of the trade is, of course, Spencer Horwitz for Andrés Giménez. The 27-year-old Spencer Horwitz had a very solid rookie season with the Blue Jays last year. He displayed a well above average walk rate, strikeout rate, contact ability, and got him a .265 batting average with an OPS of .790. That OPS was second highest on the Blue Jays, whether you believe it or not. Whereas Andrés Giménez has been a very up and down hitter throughout his entire career. And some might even say he was getting a little bit lucky. Back in 2022, Andrés Giménez was a 23-year-old all-star who slashed for a batting average of .297 and an OPS of .827. But don't let that fool you, because when you look at his advanced metrics, he was only supposed to hit a .257 batting average that year because he displayed well below exit velo, barrel percentage, hard hit percentage, and then the following 2 years offensively, those numbers reflected that. Giménez came crashing down to earth as he only hit a .252 batting average and an OPS of .674 in the last 2 years. And of course, the metrics do back this up, as he was near the bottom of the league in all of the hard hit categories. Now, we've been talking for over a year now how the Blue Jays need to add offense to that lineup that only ranked 23rd in runs scored last year. So it begs the question, why would the Blue Jays trade an above average hitter in Spencer Horwitz for a well below average hitter in Andrés Giménez? Well, before I give my answer, this is what Ross Atkins had to say about it. Everything about him was attractive. The work we did on his bat and the offensive impact that he can be there, the teammate, we've heard incredible things about the person, the level of speed and athleticism, being here for a long time. Now, of course, we know that the offensive impact on the bat is not there because, well, we just broke it down, but everything else about him is very, like he said, attractive. His defense is quite literally impressive. In the last 2 seasons, he was in the 100th percentile in outs above average. He's basically the Dalton Varsho, but of the second base position. Not only that, but he can definitely use his legs to generate runs on the base paths. In the past 2 years, he has 60 stolen bases, and that will definitely help out a Toronto Blue Jays squad that only ranked 27th in all of MLB last year. And the Blue Jays have this guy locked up for a very long time. He's set to be a free agent in 2030, so folks, this is your second baseman of the future. So of course, Giménez is a great player in his own right and seems to be a fun and outgoing personality that could gel well with this Blue Jays team. And I am very excited to watch him on the field. However, when a team is already this bad offensively, it just sucks to see that we just downgraded severely offensively. And no matter how many great plays you make defensively, we can't win a game if we don't score any runs. Now, I will say this Giménez move cannot be the move the Blue Jays make. Hey guys, time for a quick shout out to the sponsor of this video. Hit your picks and knock it out of the park with Betway. Scan the QR code down below or click the link in the description to join the action. Available in Ontario only, must be 19 years older to participate, and guys, please bet responsibly. Now, back to the content. If they make another bigger splash, then this move looks a hell of a lot better. According to John Schneider, he said to Hazel May that he is hopeful the Blue Jays can add some power, and at the time of this recording, the Blue Jays have been targeting the heck out of Anthony Santander. Adding somebody like that or a Teoscar Hernandez to the lineup, now that is a good move to complement the Jimenez trade. But until that happens, Ross Atkins is sticking with his guns, and he has clearly not learned from his past mistakes by trading away offense for defense and pitching, and instead, he is doubling down on the run prevention strategy, doing the same thing again and again and again, hoping that the Blue Jays get different results. And my friends, that is quite literally the definition of insanity. But guys, you let me know in the comments down below, what do you think about the Jimenez trade? Thank you so much for watching, and as always guys, go Jays go.